Alaska says it's now legal in some instances, quote unquote, to discriminate against LGBTQ plus individuals. On the advice of the state's attorney general, Alaska's civil rights agency quietly deleted language promising equal protections for LGBTQ plus Alaskans against most categories of discrimination, and it began refusing to investigate complaints. This is from ProPublica. In June of 2022, after the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that workplace discrimination against people based on their sexual orientation or gender identity was illegal, Alaska quickly moved to follow suit. It published new guidelines in 2021 asking Alaska's LGBTQ protections now extended beyond the workplace to housing, government practices, finance, and public accommodation. It updated the websites of the Alaska State Commission for Human Rights to explicitly say it was illegal to discriminate against someone because of that person's sexual orientation or gender identity. The executive director for the state commission co-wrote an essay describing the ruling as a sea change under Alaska law for LGBTQ plus individuals' rights to be free from discrimination. But then, a year later, the commission quietly reversed that position. It deleted language from the state website promising equal protections for transgender and gay Alaskans against most categories of discrimination, and it began refusing to investigate any complaints about discrimination. Only employment-related complaints would now be accepted, and investigators dropped any non-employment LGBTQ plus civil cases that they'd been working on. An investigation by the Anchorage Daily News and ProPublica together found the decision had been requested by a conservative Christian group and was made the week of the Republican primary for governor, in which Governor Mike Dunleavy was criticized for not being conservative enough. The commission made the change on the advice of Attorney General Greg Taylor and announced it publicly via a Twitter feed, which currently has 31 followers on Election Day. Apparently that's a new Twitter account because 31 followers, we even have 31 followers. The LGBTQ advocacy nonprofit Identity Alaska called the reversal state-sponsored discrimination. The group noted that discrimination against LGBTQ people can occur in a variety of domains, including housing, financing, and other decisions made by the state. The real-world consequences, quote unquote here, of these policies are a harm to LGBTQ plus Alaskans. Identity Alaska's board said in a written statement to the Daily News and ProPublica. Quote, without regard to sexual orientation or gender identity, all Alaskans should be protected against discrimination at the Alaska State Commission for Human Rights, the statement said. That's just shady as hell. Very politically motivated, very sus, and the fact that they did it quietly on the DL is just, it's shameful. It's shameful, and I'm really sad to hear that Alaska, that was doing so well, would move back on it, would backslide so quickly, and we would see such an immediate effect in those cases to protect LGBT people and to stand up for them being removed. Come on, Alaska, get it together. You were doing so well. You were doing so well.